Yo, come on, come all, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we done, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today. Now, I do apologize somewhat. Originally today, I was going to do the One Piece 1052 live discussion, but due to scheduling and things like that, I'm not going to be able to get to that stream today. However, if you don't know already, that stream has been scheduled for tomorrow, Monday the 13th. So keep your eyes out for that stream. Yeah. But today, in the short time that I do have, what I'm going to be doing is going to be going over and watching and doing a live reaction to the One Piece Film Red 2 trailer for the One Piece Netflix information that dropped and going over the cast announcements for the live action One Piece Netflix. All pretty exciting news that's gotten me, pretty happy the last couple of days. And yeah, we're just going to be cracking on with some of that stuff. So before we get into it, you know what to do. You know it's really appreciated if you haven't done so already. All right. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to hit 150 subscribers. All right. We're currently sitting around that 117 mark. And you know, as a Halo fan, I like that number. But we need to start pushing past it. So if you haven't done so already, all right, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for more notifications for content like this. Or like the One Piece 1052 stream discussion that's going to be dropping tomorrow. And yeah, let's just get straight into this greatness. So we're starting off with the film Red trailer. Oh, and I almost forgot the One Piece Odyssey information, so I might watch that trailer as well. So, oh, hang on. Already, all right. I know that this video is gonna have a lot to do with music, so I'm gonna need to pull up the audio mixer. Oh. Alrighty. Yo, Ged, good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. Give me 2 moments. I've got the chat's not being displayed, but I do have the chat up for me to see. So I'll be able to see as we're going through. I'm just trying to get the audio going very quickly. Give me 2 seconds, and I will be back. Yo, okay, I'm back. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. I In case you don't know, I've been going through like crazy at the moment trying to set some gear up. I had to replace a faulty monitor, so the audio wasn't set up to play through the headset as it was meant to, but I've got the headset all set up, so thank you for bearing with me. Let's get straight into this. We're going to be doing the Film Red reaction trailer, so let's just take this back to the beginning and start. Original story and general producer being Oda. I'm building a new era of happiness for all. Her name is Uta, the world's greatest diva. Oh, okay. I like that already. You can see her hair jumping up as she sees Luffy. And it looks like all the Straw Hats are massive fans. Ooh, okay, that's a cool outfit. Oh, the music doesn't sound too bad either. Ooh! Ooh! The Straw Hats look clean, and I see Jinbei there. Yo! I don't know when the movie's supposed to release. The audio already sounds amazing for the movie. I do like the choice for Uda's voice actress. The sounds are good. The beat's good. But yo, there's a few little bits and pieces to unpack in there. I also know I saw on Twitter that the entire Red Hair Pirates main division commanders or main force, their top 10 dudes and Rockstar, will all have their own unique dialogue in the movie. They've all had their own unique voice actors dropped on Twitter. I'll see if I can find it, but go check that out because I'll be excited to hear all of them talk and what their personalities are like. I'm definitely excited. We're all excited for that, surely. That was unexpected that they both know each other. Definitely, definitely very unexpected. I honestly thought that Shanks was going to be a deadbeat dad, but it's also implied that because I saw her in there earlier, uh, it looked like young Luffy and young Uta at Windmill Village. So to me, that says Shanks had her on the crew back in the Luffy flashback, so he's not much of a deadbeat dad as opposed to just like a kind of bad dad. You know what I mean? Which is interesting. So let's go through this again. So okay, that's obviously Uta seeing Luffy for the first time, uh, since they were kids. Hang on, it's me, So okay, I'm trying to freeze frame this here right at a perfect moment. So okay, we've got all the Straw Hats in the back right here that have shown up to give support to Uta by the sounds of it. You got this huge crowd. There is copyright in it. Ooh, sorry, what's that about copyright? Technically, because it's fair use and it's the official trailer, I don't think there is an issue with copyright. Just in case, I'll put the overlay on for it for the moment. Worst case scenario, I'll always remove the stream and that. But considering it's trailer reactions and they're fair use for commentary and stuff like that, I think it should be alright. So Makino is second family, maybe. Do you know what? I didn't even think about that because if she knows Luffy from their home village, like from Windmill Village, all the way back then, that means Uta was on the crew with Shanks in this movie's timeline, which would be absolutely wild. Because surely Makino and Makino's kids Shanks, like surely they're Shanks' partner, even though there's a big age gap there. I don't know. It's causing a little bit of rockiness. You know what I mean? It's definitely interesting there. So it looks like Sanji started up as a food vendor for the movie, which is interesting as well. No, it would probably be like Garp and Ace. What do you mean by it'd probably be like Garp and Ace? As in like she just comes along every now and then Shanks pops in, picks her up for like a day or two travel and then drops her back off or something like that. Like how Garp used to just pop in and be like a parent for like a couple of minutes sort of thing. So Luffy just lets slip outright that it's Shanks' daughter. And look at that crowd just being like, this ain't good. Ooh. Okay, freeze framing it there. Inside the little ice capsules, they almost look like VIP areas. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that kind of looks... They look like they've got some noticeable designs in that. Low-key, the one down the bottom leftmost kind of looks like law almost. I wonder if these are going to be like VIP stands for the concert and everyone else is in the crowds and stuff like that. I think Uta is part Lunarian. Look, I've seen images where she's had wings, but low-key, she looks like she's wearing Germa-Tech boots. And I don't see any wings on her here, so I don't necessarily think she's Lunarian, but then again, we don't know what like half Lunarian would look like anyway. So that's interesting. But I'm leaning towards not being Lunarian at this point in time. And I love her like queen armor getup. She reminds me of and I don't forgive me here because I haven't watched it enough to remember her name. She reminds me of the Luck Girl from film Gold, with her gauntlets and stuff like that. She looks like she's ripped that. She's a rip off of that and Kid. You know what I mean? But I like that armor. That armor looks cool. And freeze framing it here, we get a better look of the whole area. And interestingly enough, it looks like it's water. But then in that scene before, it's frozen solid across the whole area. So I wonder... I wonder if our Kiji's going to show up for some reason, maybe, and freeze the area for the concert, because maybe Akiji's a fan as well, who knows? Because, what, we're at 30 seconds in now. Let's go back. Ooh. Because when he says it's Shanks' daughter, you can see, like, the area and it's frozen. Unless that's just a matter of perspective, because she's up on the stage. Ooh. That definitely may be you know, a bit of perspection warping, damn. And she's stepping on somewhat dragon head. Yo, yeah, I saw that at the end as well. Also, she's kind of got like a Doflamingo sort of vibe going with those strings being like the music notes. Ooh, and you see some like some holographic flowers showing up. I wonder if that's part of her ability too. And then we finally get to see the live action Sunny-kun. Oh, sorry, not live action, but the little Sunny-kun. Looks cute and chibi, but yeah, you see her there. You see Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Robin, Frankie, Jinbei, and Brook ready to fight. And then we get a... Yo, look at those high-quality red hair pirates as well. Yeah, and we finally get to see this... I can't remember his name, because... Dude, I should remember the names of them, because, like, I'm just trying to get it in my head and that, but yo, it's pretty crazy, but it's fun regardless of that. Like, we're finally getting to see some of the stuff from the Red Hair Pirates and that. But this dude's a giant, man. He's a big boy. Like, he's sitting down on his ass, and he's already taller than Yasop and Rockstar. Yeah, and so this is the dragon head that you were talking about, which is interesting. But as you were saying before about the Lunarian, she's grown wings there. See, the problem's going to be me avoiding spoilers and that when the movie drops, because it doesn't drop, I don't know when it drops in Australia, in case you don't know, I'm Australian, and normally we don't get these movies until pretty late on, which is a bit upsetting, but it is what it is, okay? Looks good on the red cloth. Luck looks good on the red cloth. I don't quite get what you're saying there, my guy. Her wings become black as well. Yo, I did notice that. But I wonder if that might be part of her power. Because depending on what her devil fruit might be, it might be related to that. Alright. Moving on, let's look at some of the One Piece live action information that we get here as well. Look. So, we've got So we've got Matt Owens, the actor of Luffy, and one of the other showrunners. And so this should be the new sets. Ooh. Oh, okay, so we see Alvida's ship first, and this is a concept art. And then we've got the Merry. The Baratier. Ooh, inside the Baratier looks nice. It's a bit different, but I like it. Yo. Couple of weeks to build the map room. That's interesting. Ooh. Yo, wait, go back. Show me the end result of the Baratier. Okay, it definitely looks different to the normal Baratier, and it looks a lot smaller compared to what the real Baratier would have been, like, compared to the size of it in the manga. But yeah, that looks good. I do have to say, I kind of like that, and I like the skylight, the moonlights in the eyes of the fish being on the open deck where there's a bar in there. That's kind of a cool variation on it. I'm definitely looking at this and going, it doesn't look like it's big enough to be a full-blown restaurant. Like, big enough to have a bar, a kitchen, I know they've got the outside area, but also have accommodation for the entire, chef crew and whatnot. But so I don't know if it like practically would work 100%, but it does look cool set wise. Um, Before Grand Line means we got to see Mihawk. Oh, okay. What I like about the One Piece live action is the preparation. What I don't like is the ship designs lost its goofiness. I mean, the the goofiness sort of is hard to encapsulate. I think in the live action because it's got to look like this is one thing that I'm sort of tossing up about with the live action, and hopefully Matt Owens does really well with it, especially since it's got Oda's endorsement. I'm hoping it's as good as it's gonna be, but really one of the things that's got me there, sort of like ooh is encapsulating the comedy and the goofiness without it being cringy. In manga form, it's a lot easier than it is in live action form. In the live action, a lot of that stuff can sort of be a bit too on the nose and sort of take you out of it. But the variety so far looks alright. I like it enough. Windmill Village. Now, this looks a lot more uh, like old timey, like an old timey Singapore or Vietnam dock by the looks of it. Party's Bar. Yo, there's a lot for the variety, eh? Yo, I'm sorry. Considering the variety is in it, just hold up for a second and think about how crazy it's going to be in the episode anyway, where this ship's here and you see a live action Mihawk cut it in half. Just think about that for a second. They're gonna have to adapt that scene. Ooh, so Zora's favorite sword's gonna be in the bar out the front. That'll be interesting. Ooh, our Vita's ship. Yo, I like the touch of the love hearts on the cannonball. Real life feels kind of awkward. Yo, it definitely does feel awkward, which is why I'm holding out I'm holding out hope for it that it's an adaptation, not a like for like, which is going to be a bit hard for some people that are really into One Piece to accept. Like, I don't know, Sage and Ged, did you guys ever watch the live action Cowboy Bebop series? How did you find the live action Cowboy Bebop series? Because I didn't watch it until it was confirmed that it wasn't going to get a second season. It flopped massively, and I heard a lot of complaints about it. I sat down and I watched it, and I was like, ugh, I'll give it a go and see what my thoughts are on it. I love it. The live action I thought was phenomenal. They did enough stuff the same that it was like, oh my god, yes, this is great. But they did enough stuff different that I wasn't sitting here feeling like I just really already knew everything that was going to happen. And I think that's one of the problems that something like this is going to run into, where if you know every single thing that's going to happen, it's it's going to be it's going to be a little predictable. All right? And I don't think people realize for a live action, like for a lot of people, this live action has to bring old fans back to watch and encapsulate new fans and make new fans want to come to the anime and manga as well. So it has to be semi-faithful, but it also has to do enough things different that it's new content in a way. Um, and obviously, being live action, there's a lot of things that they're not going to be able to adapt perfectly or 100% or like for like. But there are certain areas where they definitely need to focus on more than others. All right, like, and again, I keep leaning back to this. The comedy of this is really hard because the comedy aspect of One Piece is really like even from the manga to the anime, there's a lot of stuff that's funnier in the manga than it is the anime. The anime, in terms of pacing and stuff like that, sometimes makes gags fall flat. But then again, there's a lot of filler scenes in the anime that's actually pretty funny that isn't included in the manga. I think one of the best examples, though, of what I mean by it falls flat is if you go back to Whole Cake Island after Sanji did his thing and he went back with the crew and Nami was angry at him. There's a panel where it like hurts Sanji's heart when Nami doesn't trust him, and like the panel of him speaking like, "Oh, that hurts," is like pierced. Like the panel of Nami rejecting him is like stabbing him in the heart. So it's like a fourth wall break in a way. Um, when that happens in the anime, because you're not reading it, it's sort of like it's a bit out, like it's out of place. It doesn't work as well, right? This live action is going to do the same thing because they're only covering the East Blue, taking their time and just really establishing like I think it's good that they're putting in this much effort. I think it's good that they're taking time putting in this much effort on like the sets, and they're gonna give like a good dynamic, good diversity in the crews and stuff that we're seeing in the live action. I think that's really gonna help it, um, especially be a bit grounded. Because at first it should be a bit more grounded, and then gradually pick up and get more goofy as people get more comfortable with what to expect in the series. Um, it's only been 10 months since I've started watching anime, and I haven't watched Naruto. Oh, and I have watched Naruto, One Piece, My Hero, so I haven't watched too much. Well, that's cool, man. Like, get out there, watch what you want, take times. I look if you join the Discord, I can always tell you or point you in directions for shows to pick up, especially some niche stuff. I have been watching anime for years now. I love it. Unfortunately, couple of, like the last 4 years, I dropped off on a lot of anime. Um, One, because I decided to start making content like this, so I needed to just not like absorb everything I could in my own time, make the time to plan some of this stuff out for some content and stuff like that. And also, I dropped off because just work and stuff like that, being a bit more like working full time, definitely starts soaking up a lot of time, and me and my wife are really sort of fit as well, so doing a lot of stuff like that, and then buying a house and doing renovations and stuff like that. So, look, it's hard to find the time, but it is one of those things where it's a guilty pleasure. So, there's a lot of series out there that are really nice in that. Dude, I love Naruto, love One Piece, love My Hero. Um, Starting with some of those big series, you may get a bit complacent, but it's also good. Like every now and then, I like if I start a big series, I love breaking up after I finish that series. It's like one or two or three like 20 episode series here and there. And there's still a heap that I need to catch up on. Like I've never seen, and I need to do it for the channel. I haven't seen Demon Slayer, Rising of Shield, Hero. Like there's a few shows like that that I need to get out. I've also dropped a lot of anime. Look, it's hard because I mean, without trying to sound snobby in a lot of ways, it's like you get accustomed to a big series where there's a lot of time to build up and enjoy characters and have a diverse cast and that. Going from that to smaller animes, you tend to find like the story's a lot more explosive and they move a lot faster. But a lot of times in that as well, it can also be damaging where it's just like you finish it and that's it. It's just sort of done and dusted. Whereas series like this and so, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, My Hero, Black Clover, it's just because it's ongoing, you get drip fed ideas and stuff like that, and it's one of the reasons why I decided to get into the reviewing community and stuff like that, because it's just one, I was always talking about this stuff with myself anyway, but two, it's I find it more fun to talk about these things. Like I've got friends out there that once they watch a show, they go, "Yeah, it was good," and that's it. But I know at home and that I'm always talking like whenever we're watching a show, whenever we're watching a episode of weekly shows and stuff like that. Like at the moment, the Kenobi series, love Star Wars. Every episode, I'll be talking for hours, going, "Ooh, I wonder if this is going to lead into this or this. Oh, how does this person know this or do this? Oh, this is so interesting." I just like not just the theory crafting, but I like as you can probably tell, I like the analysts of a lot of shows and that. Didn't care for it when I was at school, but coming out of school and appreciating the work and effort that goes into these series really does help in getting enjoyment out of that. Demon Slayer is better if you're new to anime, but it's so overhyped. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I I bought the first volume and I read the first couple of chapters, and then I went, I'll put this down. I've been told it's better in the anime. I've pretty much forgotten it now anyway. But that's one of the series that I want to start covering soon. So I want to pick back up on the second half of this first season of Jujutsu Kaisen, finish that off, start the movie, and also start the Demon Slayer. I've got a few friends in that are more into Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. Hurts my soul that they're not as they haven't started One Piece. They go, it's too long. Can't convince people, man. You can't convince people of a good thing. But yeah, it'd be good to sort of get that avenue going on the channel and that as well, and talk about those series a bit. But that's enough rambling for a minute. Let's keep going with this trailer. So one of the things I've seen stills of the Mary for this live action. My wife and I were mortified of it at first. She still really doesn't like it, but I kind of think, although it's not the Mary, and it's kind of like it doesn't get that same vibe. One thing I will say is, think about how funny it's gonna be to have the live action Luffy sitting on that, and like the actor for it is a really happy-go-lucky guy. He's bring, whether it's forced or not, he's bringing that Luffy energy of just like, I'm excitable, right? Imagine seeing this terrifying goat head coming up over the, just flying out his mouth open, like, it's like, it's spooky stuff, and it's just like this really happy-go-lucky guy just sitting on it. I like how it's going to be a little bit of a duality for it. Although I'm not a big fan of like the horn arms linking back into the boat, but then again, that's just stylistically a choice there. If they ever got up to it, it'd be crazy to see how they do an adaptation for the Sunny. How much One Piece would have at the end, in your opinion? The live action or the anime? Because the live action, season 1's 10 episodes. As for the anime, I think mid 1300, around that. I was too accurate with Wano, how it concluded. It's so fast. Definitely, definitely, definitely. You hit the nail on the head, and it's kind of scaring me because it's like. Also, for clarification, it's not the last arc that's starting after Wano. It's the last saga that has been cleared up on Twitter and that by different interviews with Oda's editor. But oh my god, just knowing that we're in the end game now has me so excited. It's got me so fearful because things that happened that were small in the series that I was like, oh, I hope that develops into an interesting plot line, maybe left on the cutting room floor, and they may have just been interesting things at the time that never get payoff, which is good, but also it leaves me a bit nervous to be like, it's going to be hard because of the way Oda writes. He's tremendous at world building and cliffhangers and bringing out like crazy dynamic things, right? And adding plot lines and mystery and intrigue into the world. But for a series like this ending, you really can't fumble the ending, and it needs to wrap up a lot of stuff in as neat as a bow as you can, right? And I think that's just, going to be really hard to do because a lot of little things that Oda may not care about are things that fans have analyzed, theorized, and have probably made into a bigger deal than was initially planned by Oda. For him, it's just like, oh, this is a cool bit of information. Okay, moving on. For us, it's like, oh, what's going to happen with this information? Oh my god, please, where's it going? You know what I mean? So, it's a double-edged sword. And it's hard because realistically, right, you shouldn't be upset of your own expectations not being met if you're self-inflicting them onto the series and it's still coming out good and as interesting as One Piece is. But that being said, Oda shouldn't, like, Oda's taking this time to get here. With him saying comments like, I just want to get to the end already, I want to finish it. You need to do it justice. You can't delegate this and go, the anime will fix this up or the anime will touch this up. As your manga and as a mangaka, you really need to just, as painfully as it is, take more time if you need to. Just make sure you finish this effectively, right? And Oda hasn't steered me wrong before, but there's enough things happening at the moment to have me a little nervous. Like, in all honesty, I thought Wano, as we've talked about in the past streams again, I thought the series should have got, like, the Wano arc should have gone on for a bit longer, had a bit more of a back and forth. I can understand why people are like, no, it doesn't make sense, it needs to wrap up, we need to get moving on, it's a bit boring or fatiguing. I get that. But at the same point in time, it leaves a lot left to be desired for certain plot points, right? But that's besides the point. Let's get back into this trailer. So we're seeing more of the ships here. That looks like our Vita or Shanks' ship. Whose boat's that? Oh, whose ship is this? Surely that's Johnny and Yosuku's. Surely. Surely that's their little dinghy that gets shot down. Yeah, that was a good trailer though. I'm interested to see the stuff that's gonna come out with that. You know what I mean? All right, so let's go through the actors now. If you haven't seen this, it's on Twitter at the moment. Um, I oh, hang on. Where is it? Let's do this for a second. Okay, so this is the live action cast, or some of the live action cast. So up here on the right, we've got Chef Zeph. He's previously, I haven't watched anything with him, but he's previously been in a fair few series with the live action actor of Sanji playing a father role to that actor in those other series. So I'd like to think that their dynamic is there, which would be interesting. We have Nami's sister underneath him, which, look, it's an interesting pick. By all means, the actress looks like she'd be able to play a decent Nojiko, but it's going to be somewhat evident that they're adoptive sisters, which I'm not going to lie, it sort of surprised me at first when I was first reading through One Piece, but I guess that's just not a plot point that's really important. It doesn't really need that payoff, so good luck to her. She's going to hopefully nail it as Nojiko. We've got Kaya to the left of her, which hopefully, bleach her hair blonde, or dye her hair blonde, and that. And I think I can see sort of I feel like she would play a good connection with the actor of Usopp. If you don't know, the actor of Usopp so far is my favorite from the live action cast. I've seen a few videos of him on Twitter and stuff like that. He really brings sort of an Usopp energy, so I really like it. Klahadore, low key, a little buffer than I thought they were going to go for someone like that. But his hand's almost already in that sort of perfect glasses position. So all the best to him. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. Underneath him, we've got Captain Morgan, which he's got the chin, man. The chin's what's important there. It'll be interesting to see how much of an ego they give him in the live action. But I think clearly the best cast person, seemingly from this list so far, is Mihawk. And really, Mihawk's actor looks like he's going to bring it. Right? Stephen Ward, he's been dropping messages like crazy at the moment. Just absolutely shit talking people as a Mihawk stand at the moment, which is good. I like to see it because Mihawk, when Mihawk was introduced, he really was a bit of a shit talker to a lot of people, in the sense that he was just so superior to everyone. You know what I mean? Okay, and we have the actors of Kobe, Arlong. I really like Arlong's actor. It'll be really interesting. I think one of the hardest things one of the hardest hurdles for the live action is going to be how they handle the fishmen, both thematically and visually. So it'll be really interesting to see that. And Garp is very Garp-esque. Not quite the Arnie that a lot of people wanted, but I think he should do a pretty fantastic job. Zeph looks exactly like the anime. Yo, I actually really like Zeph. Zeph's actor, it gives me that vibe of someone that has been on the sea, that is a bit ruthless, is a bit powerful, but is also more than happy to move on. And obviously, we've got Sanji here, Taz Skylar, Jacob Ramiro Gibson as Usopp, Emily Rudd as Nami, I haven't pronounced his name before, Makenyu as Roanoa Zoro. Honestly, and this may be a little upsetting, so far out of the live action cast, I think the one I dislike the most is Zoro. Only because the actor's sort of lean fit, but Zoro is really built fit. So, I mean, he's got 110 centimeter bust size, according to Oda. So, um, this actor will have to impress me with both his acting skill, but also really have to put on some weight, I think, to bring the extra weight behind Zoro's presence. Okay, and obviously Inaki Godoy as Luffy, he definitely is embodying that sort of energy. So far the cast is pretty interesting, pretty good. Again, nothing too sort of hit or miss so far. We really got to wait to see it sort of come out. But switching news back over to Film Red. I hope it's on here. There should be the voice actor staff. Oh. Mm-hmm. Um. Uh, is this it? Ooh, what are we dealing with here? So this is just going through and naming all of the red hair pirates. Obviously, we already know their names and stuff like that. I'm not too well at remembering them off the top of my head at this point in time because they've had very little to do in the series. And because they've had very little to do, unlike other characters, we don't get to really talk about power scaling them that much at the moment. Ooh. No? Okay. Can't quite find it at the moment. That's fine. I can always come back to that in a little bit. Interesting to see Captain Buggy in live action. Buggy is going to have to be one of the most important characters for it, I think. Because one of the things about Buggy is because he's a returning character, but because he's like Buggy doesn't seem it, but he had a level of intimidation at the beginning of the series, um, which I hope the actor brings to the table. It's gonna be. I wonder if they're gonna drop the nose gag though, and just have him just wear a fake nose as opposed to have an actual big red nose. But it'll be interesting regardless. McHenry is a live action actor of a samurai manga. Which manga was that? Was he a live action Rurouni Kenshin, or was that another actor? Because I know there was rumors about a live action Rurouni Kenshin playing Zoro at one point in time, but I, in all honesty, didn't keep up on it enough to know about it. Let's go search up Film Red and see if the cast comes up for it, because I know there's a heap of information and news and stuff like that that had been getting dropped for it. No, that's just all storyboard stuff. That's alright. And we've got some good stills here of the live action not the live action, of the Straw Hats in the film, looking shiny and menacing. Gotta love the Sanji's explosive energy. Where is it? That's alright. If you can't find it, can't find it. That's more than fine enough. Yeah, that was a manga. Yeah, okay, so we did play the live action Rurouni Kenshin. I haven't had the chance to watch that yet. I would like to get around to it though, because that was it was an okay series. We had the whole problem with the author. I'm not going to get into that, especially not on YouTube. Which was I can't even say tragic. It was just a royal messed up situation at the time. But the manga itself was interesting. I did read through it. Shortly, actually, I was really delayed in starting that. I only ever started it really late into the life cycle of the series. I think it was only a couple of years ago that I actually read it, and it was all well and finished by then, I think. Hang on one second. Let's see if this is up properly. That's a bit better. That way I can go through and try and find some other information. Apologize for the quality potentially here. I do have, my camera is meant to be a 4K camera, but with the way it's set up, it has to be zoomed in really far, so it does lose a bit of picture quality, having me this big, but that is what it is. Also, that being said, it's crazy. Oh, we're going on a 1 month hiatus on the One Piece manga. That does not fill me with happiness and confidence, but it'll be hard. We'll have to do some stuff to fill in those missing moments. Do some videos to come up with some interesting stuff during the lull periods. Hang on one moment. I think it might have been Artor from Library of Ohara that was dropping the information about the live action. And we've also got the Odyssey trailer to look at. Hang on 1 second. Yep, okay, here we go. Let's go back to it. So, thank you, Artor. Shout out to Artor. If you haven't or don't know who he is, check him out on Twitter. He's phenomenal for this sort of stuff. So, Hongo will be played by Hikaru Midori. I can't even... My mouth is too dry to be able to pronounce that right now. But essentially, this member of the Red Hair Pirates, not the Doctor, but the other one, is going to be played by the voice actor of these people. So the only thing I think I really know him as is Tian Android 16. Garo. Okay, I didn't realize he was Garo's voice actor. And Zora and Picon. Okay. There's a few faces here that I don't quite recognize though. Interesting. This is the one I'm going to be the most excited for, I think. Howling Gab, right? This dude is a big, beefy guy. If they don't put any kind of hints to the next arc or something, I don't get us excited towards the next arc, then I don't mind. Yeah, at this point in time, they hyped Wano up before Whole Cake. So when we went to Whole Cake, a lot of people just really wanted to get out of Whole Cake Island. I feel like don't talk about the next arc until it's right upon us. I think that's definitely the healthiest thing for the series at this point in time. Alright, so Howling Gab is being voiced by... by Alucard! Yo! Let's go! I do love Alucard's voice actor. He was also Horty Jones. I did not know that. Interesting. And he's Buggy from Naruto. Very interesting indeed. I think there may be some more in this lineup. Here we go. So Lime Juice is going to be, and Lime Juice is the Doctor. I'm very excited to see him because I've always thought that he's the fourth commander of the Whitebeard Pirates, of the Red Hair Pirates. He's being voiced by Kenichi Ono. The voice actor of Jin. Interesting. Getting a month break, it would be hard though. Yeah, look, it depends because I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is in that 1 month break, I think I heard an announcement that Oda's sketches for scrapped ideas are going to be released by Shonen Jump in the place of One Piece. So that'll definitely be a very unique couple of weeks getting that information. Bonk Punch. So the dude with the biggest glow up in the world. He went from a regular human to a goddamn monster with monster on his shoulder. Ooh, okay. The guy from Gravity Falls. The Commodore from the Special, Peach Beard. Okay, he's done a lot of different work. Interesting. And okay. Monster is being voiced. If he speaks, is he a mink? Surely they're just doing grunts for him. Surely. Use Broly's voice. Getting Broly's voice actor to play a monkey, I think, is phenomenal. That'll. I'll be laughing to myself the entire time I'm watching this movie. Building Snake, let's go. Ooh, okay, he's that guy from Bucky. There's I don't. Okay, he's the dragon from Hunter x Hunter. The one of the oh, what am I forgetting them? One of the 12 with Jin. I don't recognize a lot of his work though. Interesting. And I think that's a guy from a One Piece filler there. Alright, we've already gone over Hongu and Howling Gab though. Interesting. Interesting. That really is going to be fun being able to go over all of their... Like, it'll really be a treat to have them all have their own voice lines and stuff like that. Even maybe getting their own takes on Luffy and Uta throughout the movie, and just learning overall more about them, because we really only get characterization of Shanks. Oof, yeah, really, we only get any characterization of Shanks, Ben Beckman, Lucky Roo, and Yasop, and even then, it's very minimal at best. So it'll be really cool to get to know a bit more about these other characters. I'll definitely be excited to see that. Um, is that Monkey Fighter 2? He's going to use his DNA to cure anything. Yo, dude, that monkey? Mate, we all know that monkey's the guy that took Kid's arm. Like, it's Broly, man. It's Broly. What are you gonna do to stop him? Right? But yo, that'll definitely be really interesting. Very interesting to see all that stuff come out. I can't wait for the movie. It comes out in a couple of months and that. I'll have to start looking up to see whether or not it releases in Australia yet. But it tends to be a year behind here, unfortunately. So I'll have to find some other way. Maybe I'll have to do a trip over to watch it. That'll be crazy though. It'll definitely be crazy. That being said, I might wrap the stream up here. So guys, get your questions in now while you can. Also, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for more notifications for content like this. Keep an eye out. We're doing our One Piece 1052 discussion tomorrow at midday. AEST, that's Australian Eastern Standard Time. Alright. And be sure to, if you haven't done so already, check the links in the description down below. Check out the Discord and stuff like that. And definitely go check out the Twitch. I'm going to start doing some stuff over to Twitch. And I've also been testing and setting up the backup channel. If you haven't seen the backup channel, it's the featured channel on this channel. Alright, so go check that out. Subscribe to the backup channel. Because what I'm going to do, not to overflood this main channel, is old Twitch streams I'm going to download and re-upload onto the secondary channel as well, if you want to watch any of the gaming stuff that I do and aren't really into the Twitch side of stuff. So be sure to check that stuff out going forward in the future. The only thing left I have to set up is VR at this point in time. We've got PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, all set up to do gameplay reactions or stuff like that too. So be sure to check out all that cool stuff. And then when it does finally get up and running, I'll have to do some tampering to find out what the best way to record VR stuff will be. But I think some of the big things to do on that is going to be... well, for starters, the Star Wars Blade and Sorcery stuff, I love that. That is really fun. But also anime mods and stuff like that in VR, I think is going to be a really fun treat. So be sure to check out all that stuff coming forward in the future. Thank you for all the support and all the love and all that good stuff. Peace, nothing but love, nothing but respect. Have a damn good day. Goodbye. Ooh, last question before we get going. Are we just going to get bounty because I want people to hunt them because of their bounties? Okay. The bounty stuff I'm going to talk about in the stream tomorrow more, because I'm going to make sure to finalize like a big overview of what I think everyone's bounties are going to be before the new chapter, especially before spoilers start trickling out. You know I'm going to have to go really under the radar this week to avoid spoilers, because people are just going to have nothing better to do than be like, have a look at the new bounties, and it's going to be risky. It's going to be a risky week. So knowing this, I would definitely say, right, avoid spoilers for this week. Do yourself that favor, because I mean, look, if you're into spoilers, you're into spoilers. That's your thing. Do whatever makes you feel better. But this is one of those really rare weeks that reading the chapter firsthand and getting that just jump out at you is going to be a moment you never forget. And I think it's definitely going to be a lot funner to do that in the chapter instead of trying to read some text a couple of days early and hearing stuff like that. Again, that being said, nothing but love, nothing but respect. Have a damn good day. Peace out. Cheers for coming by. Love yous.